Morning students. In this video we are going to discuss about draft control, weight transfer, theory of tractions and tractive efficiency and some of the traction terminologies. First let's see about the implement control, that is draft control. The tractor with a built-in lift system is connected to the implement through a specific type of mechanical linkage termed as three-point linkage, and the system is known as mounted system. The implement is connected to the tractor hydraulic system at two bottom links and one top link. Both the bottom links are connected to two lift arms through lift links. The lift arms are directly mounted on a rock shaft which is further connected to the piston rod. Any movement of the piston is transferred to the bottom link. The top link is used for connecting the three hitch point of the implement and is adjusted for maintaining the implement level and suction angle. Load sensing for the draft control can also be done through the top link, which is spring loaded. In some tractors the lower link are spring loaded for draft sensing. Depending upon the soil condition and type of operations, the mounted implements can be controlled either by position control or draft control. So next is weight transfer. The rear part of the tractor is heavier than the front part to get higher tractive efficiency. However, sufficient weight on the front axle is also required to facilitate easy steering and to compensate the effect due to weight transfer. When the load is pulled, the tendency of front wheel is to become light by losing some weight, and the same add to the rear axle. The higher the pull, the greater in the weight transfer. Mathematically, this can be represented by weight transfer is equal to pull into hitch height divided by wheelbase, where the line of pull is always assumed to be parallel to the ground. Next is power takeoff. It is a part of the tractor transmission system. It consists of shaft, a shield and a cover. The shaft is externally splintered splint to transmit torsional power to another machine. A rigid guard fitted on a tractor cover the power takeoff shaft as a safety device. This guard is called power takeoff shield. Agricultural machines are coupled with this shaft at the rear part of the tractor as per ASAE standard. PTO speed is 540 plus or minus 10 rpm when operated under load. In order to operate a 1000 rpm PTO drive machine, a new standard has been developed. Next, let's see what's a traction. A phenomenon, a pneumatic tire which is flexible, has a small contact area on concrete surface than it does on soft ground. A rule of thumb which can be used for estimation of tire contact area is given below. A is equal to B into L. A is tire contact area, B is equal to section width of tire, L is contact length of tire. Experimentally, it has been found that it is A is equal to 0.78 into B into L. Traction testing machine. The traction testing device is a soil bin based that can be used to conduct controlled experiments. With these tires of varying diameter, width can be tested. The system is designed will provide variable vertical load up to get varying pull force. The device can be operated in a draft control or a slip control mode. The simplest device for a traction test of a wheeled device requires supporting the moving wheel, which apply the required torque and measure the development force. However, there are various ways by which this can be carried out with varying levels of complexity. Some devices can be operated only in soil bins, whereas others are operated in the field. Tire testing procedure. The tire test consists of several runs, and for a given run, vertical load on the tire is varied to get pull force under controlled slip using load cell type of sensor. The slip control mode may include zero slip to high slip levels using single wheel tire tester. In this type of machine, torque and speed can also be measured by installing the required sensor to estimate traction performance parameters. Traction terminologies. Let's see some of the traction terminologies. First is traction, the process by which a tractor develops tractive force and overcome motion resistance to produce desired motion is called traction. Tractive force, the force developed on the tractor interface by the traction device as a result of applied torque from the power source. Motion resistance, any force imposing resistance against desired motion. Rolling resistance, motion resisting that arise from deformation in the soil and the traction device. Sinkage, the depth to which the traction device penetrates into the soil measured normal to the original undisturbed surface. Slip, it is an indication of how speed of the traction device differ from the forward speed of the tractor. It can be defined as the percentage travel reduction and given as S is equal to 1 minus BA divided by VT into 100. So next is traction efficiency. The efficiency of a tractive device is converting the axial input power into output. The term tractive efficiency has been defined as T is equal to output power divided by input power into 100. Basically, tractive efficiency is converting the axial torque into net traction. Traction prediction equation. Dimensional analysis is the best technique used to develop the prediction model for traction force of pneumatic wheel type of tractor in tillage operation. Soil wheel interaction was considered in developing the prediction model. Based on the Buckingham's pi theory, the number of dimensionless and independent quantities required to fully express the relationship between the variables were determined. Towed wheel. A towed wheel is an unpowered wheel and the axial torque is considered to be zero. The towed force of the towed pneumatic tire is generally depend upon load, size and inflation pressure as well as soil strength. Hence, the towed force can be predicted from Ft divided by W is equal to 1.2 divided by Cn plus 0.04, whereas Ft is equal to towed force of wheel, W is equal to dynamic wheel load, B is equal to unload tire width, D is equal to unloaded tire dimension, Cn is equal to V numeric. That is, Cn can be found by Cn is equal to B into D into Ci divided by W. Here Ci is equal to cone index. Next is driving wheel. The variations of driving wheel performance is based on the consideration that the normal tire inflation pressure in agriculture tire produce tire inflation of approximately 20%. Therefore, the traction prediction equation can be given as for net pull, slip and load. Fb divided by W is equal to 0.75 into 1 minus e power minus CNS minus 1.2 divided by Cn plus 0.04, where Fp is equal to wheel pull, W is equal to dynamic wheel load, E is equal base of natural logarithms, Cn is equal to Ci Bd divided by W. Ci, B, D and S are stated before. So this is the end of our video. In this we have seen some of the terminologies of tractor and tractions. Thank you.